In this video, we'll see how to create wall panels of different materials by using the Cut Geometry tool to embed one wall type into another. I have the exercise file, Embed Walls, open, and looking at the end elevation here, we can see that we already have a panel of brickwork surrounding the left-hand windows in this end wall. If I select the main wall, we can see this is the stone on CMU wall type, and we can also see where it is cut around the brick panel. Now if I select the brickwork panel, we can see that this is a separate wall to the main wall, and it is the exterior brick on CMU wall type. I'll change the top offset parameter of this wall, so from the properties palette in the constraints panel, we'll change the top offset parameter to -4 feet. And we can see this wall reduces in height once that's applied, and that the main stone wall has followed, which shows the relationship between the embedded wall and its host. We need to create a similar brick panel around the two columns of windows on the right hand side of the elevation, and we'll do this by creating a new brick wall and embedding it into the stone wall. First, we'll copy the existing windows to the clipboard in case we need to paste them back into their location, as they may get deleted during the embedding process. We have a selection set already created in the model for those windows, so we'll go to the Manage ribbon tab, and then from the selection panel we'll choose Load Selection, and then select the Windows set and click OK, and then we can see those windows are now selected in the view. So from the Modify ribbon tab, we'll go to the Clipboard panel and we'll choose Copy to Clipboard so that we have those in case we need them later on. Next we need to create the brick wall to embed into our main stone wall, and to do that we'll first go to the Floor Plan view, Floor 2. Once the Floor 2 view is open, we need to zoom into the right hand end of the view, so from the navigation bar I'll choose Zoom Region and draw a region around the upper right hand end of the building. Here we can see we have two reference planes created to help us position the new wall, and they're shown in red here. We'll draw the wall between these two reference planes to encompass the windows. So to do this, we'll go to the Architecture ribbon tab, and from the Build panel we'll click the Wall tool to start creating the wall. And then from the Type selector we'll find and choose the Exterior Brick on CMU wall type. And then once we have this selected, from the Options bar we'll change the location line to be Finish Face Interior. Now, starting at the upper reference plane, we'll click where this intersects with the interior face of the wall, and then we'll move the mouse down to the lower reference plane and click again to place the wall. And straight away we can see that we have a warning which can be ignored, but that warning is telling us that we have overlapping walls and that one may be ignored when Revit finds room boundaries. And it's also telling us that we could use the Cut Geometry tool to embed one wall into another, which is what we will do. So we'll choose Modify from the ribbon to cancel the wall creation tool, and now from the Modify ribbon tab under the Geometry panel we'll choose the Cut Geometry tool. Now in the view, select the main stone wall which will be cut, and then click on the Brick on CMU wall as the object to cut the main wall with. So now we can see straight away that the overlapping stone wall is no longer there as it's cut around the brick wall. However, we do have a join line at either end of the brick wall, which we can clean up by using the Join Geometry tool. So from the Modify ribbon tab in the Geometry panel we'll click Join Geometry, and then we'll select the main stone wall and then the brick panel wall to join those two together, and we can see that those lines have now disappeared. Fortunately, we can also see that the windows have remained in their place, so we may not need to paste those windows back in from the clipboard that we copied. So now let's go back to the exterior perspective view, and we can see that we have our brick wall that's embedded into the main stone wall, although it's only currently going up to floor 3. So now we'll select the brick panel wall and we'll change its properties to match the existing brick panel that we have on the left hand side here. So now in the Properties palette we'll find the top constraint parameter and we'll change it from up to level floor 3 to up to level roof. And then once that's applied, we can see that change its height, and we can see the existing windows remain in place, so we won't need to paste those in from the clipboard. So now we just need to adjust the top offset parameter to match the existing brick panel. And to do this, we'll use the Align tool. So from the Modify ribbon tab on the Build panel, we'll choose Align. And now you may need to use the Tab key to cycle through to select the top of the existing brick panel as the reference. Once we have that, we can click on the top of the new brick panel, and then this will align with the existing wall to give us two brick panels embedded into the end wall.